So teach us to consider our mortality so that we might live wisely. Psalms 90 and 12. Hmm. This is yours truly, Pastor Marshall. Just giving you a quick thought. He tells us to teach us, he's talking to God. Teach us to consider our mortality. Really, what he's talking about is numbering our days, time. You ever think about time? What is time? What is it? What is time? Rod Sterling, brilliant mind. He's from the 20th century. He's actually the one that produced plenty of the Twilight Zone. Um, he said something as profound. He said, "Clocks are made by men." That's so powerful. God creates time. He said, "No man can prolong his allotted hours. He can only live them to the fullest." It's very powerful. One of my own personal quotes about time is, "Next to truth, the most precious thing that can be stolen from mankind is his time. Time is not patient, for it waits for no man. Time is not has any ethnic discrimination because it affects all ethnicities." And like I said again, next to truth, the most precious thing that can be stolen from mankind is his time. What is time, though? I mean, is it just clocks? Um, no, I think it's a little deeper than that. Time is a real thing. I'm not going to get too scientifical, um, but what is it? What is time? You know, if you think about Albert Einstein's theory of relativity, with the accompaniment of, you look at um, Arthur Eddington in 1919. You had Alexander Friedman in 1922. Then you had, I believe it's Hubble's telescope, which was in California, Mount Observatory, um, with the Hubble telescope, which all of these factors kind of played into confirming Albert Einstein's theory of relativity, which he had an issue with it in the beginning because he wanted the universe to be self-existent. So basically, the conclusion came to, if space, time, and matter had a beginning, it had to have a cause based on the laws of logic. One of the basic laws of logic, the law of causality. Whatever begins to exist has a cause. Okay, so whatever begins to exist has a cause. Then we understand that what caused it is what we refer to today as supernatural, as beyond natural. Nature cannot give rise to itself. It was a created thing. So whatever created it has to be spaceless, timeless, immaterial, intelligent, and powerful enough. And this is where we get intelligent design. But I don't want to kind of stay on that. But do you know time is really real? We have two atomic clocks. I believe one is in Greenwich, England, and there's one at NIST, National Institute of Standard Technology, in Boulder, Colorado. And one sits a certain level above sea level, one sits a little bit higher to sea level, and one sits a little bit lower towards sea level. But the point is, without me getting too deep, is that at the end of the year, they have to resync them because they're offset, because due to the gravitational pull, it's affecting time. Also, just to show you, this is one of those trippish things in the mindset of mankind, because time is real. And there's a point to my madness and why I'm taking time delving into this. They actually did a test one time where they had two clocks. They put them in a plane, and basically the clocks were synced the same. When the plane came around, was an experiment done, is that when the plane that was in orbit, that was flying, when it came back down, basically the plane that had the clock on it, and remember, they were synchronized, what happened was is that they were offset. So acceleration affected time. It's pretty wild, huh? But let's look a little bit deeper into time. We only have, life is like a vapor. We're here and we're gone. I mean, you don't know. This is one of those talks. What are you doing with time? It's not going to wait for you. Um, the Ecclesiastes, what I love, Shlomo or Solomon, he says there's something profound. He says, a living dog is better than a dead lion. A living dog is better than a dead lion. The lion is more ferocious, powerful, intimidating, but it's separated, it's gone. But a living dog is still alive. It's of use. As long as you got life in your body, you can still do something. You don't have to allow time to rob you. You don't have to allow, I know we talk about John 10:10, the thief come to steal, kill, and destroy. Actually, the word thief in the Greek comes from the word which we get kleptomaniac. It's kleptes, which we get the word kleptomaniac. And a klepto doesn't have need, they just take. And I believe the evil one, what he loves to do is to rob us of time. You only get a certain amount of time here. The key thing is, are you willing to maximize your time? I think one of the worst, I didn't say the worst, but one of the worst characteristics to have in life is to have bad management of your time. And whatever your time is engulfed in, you're going to find your energy there. So the question becomes, where's your time going? Where's your energy? And here's another point. Yeshua said this, Jesus, where your treasure is, your heart will be also. Yeah. Actually, the word thesauros, or thesauros, os, depending on modern or, it's not a Greek lesson, but we get the word thesaurus from that. Treasures. What do you treasure in life? What's important to you? Is your job that important at the sake of neglecting your children, which you don't have any time to just read a book with? Watch a movie, go for a walk, go to the park. I know you're going to say, oh, you're just talking, you don't know how hard it is. I'm not talking about quantity, I'm talking about quality. Quality can outdo quantity anytime, because quality is what leaves an impression on the heart. What are you doing with your time? That becomes the thought I want you to think about. Excuse all of the science in the beginning. I love science. I love philosophy. But I want to build a thought, something for you to think about. Time is really powerful. And time has such an effect on us. You notice as we get older, that's time. We tend to lose certain strength qualities. Your strength is not going to always stay with you. But we do our best to maintenance strength, and that's why we exercise. We take care of our physical bodies, we try to do the best we can, exercise, keep our spiritual nourishment from the Lord, and gives us that grace, that inner strength that we need to move through life's loads. So the question becomes, it's very powerful. What do you treasure? What's important to you? What's important to you? Is it just making money? Is that what all your time goes to, is making money? Life has got to be bigger than making money. If money was the only answer, then why so many people with money still commit suicide? Still end up doing wild things to seem to escape some type of inner turmoil. And they got money. This is something for you to think about. What are you doing with your time? Because time doesn't wait for no one. It doesn't. I don't care how much you're going to find yourself, and I say this and I close in this teaching. I close with this. I believe the worst animal that you can wrestle with is the lion of regret. He doesn't get you, he doesn't get you right away. He kind of, you ever watch how lions, they prey when on the weak ones. They sneak from behind, they chase, they leap up on them. I believe that's what the evil one does. I believe part of regret has it tries to show up late in life. As you start perusing through your life and looking through it, you start to wonder, what have I done with it and what have I become? Whom have I been with and why? Yeah, those are questions, because time will have an effect on you. Time is real, but it doesn't wait for anyone, not one of us. So what are you going to do with it? God bless you. Thank you for joining me for another segment. God bless you. Shalom.